Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to another GTA content creator live stream. This time back on PS4. First thing that I'll say, well, the meetup theme was sort of forgotten about vehicles you don't normally see at meetups. I have no idea what this is doing. Vehicles that you don't normally see at meetups, things that people might have forgotten about. People are obviously shooting flares like idiots and getting cops, but that's, you know, that's what you expect, I guess, from people. Some questionable decisions on these forgotten about vehicles. I think there's quite a few vehicles that are definitely not forgotten about. The Kuruma, the Contender, you know, I don't get that. But there was something that we were saying before we started this, that forgotten about vehicles, the most forgotten about vehicles are probably those that people don't even own. So by default, these vehicles that we have here aren't the absolute most forgotten about vehicles. But yeah, that was the meetup theme. We'll nice little location as well, a location that I forgot about. But yeah, we'll get the playlist started and get into these races. 7 races to go through. I'm gonna just keep talking. I normally cut out this bit in the last few videos for those on YouTube, but I'm gonna just keep talking as we load up the stream, because I've got a few things to say. We got 7 more races on PS4 to go through that have been. How can people possibly bring vehicles they have forgotten about? I mean, that's also a fair point, I guess. But yeah, it was a decent little meetup. Was there not a contender there? I don't know. Maybe I didn't see a contender. Maybe I saw something different. But yeah, seven tracks to go through, and these have all been submitted by. Let's put this on. Okay, we'll just leave it on GTA. These have all been submitted by the community. That is you guys watching this right now. And to do that, if you want to submit your tracks, you need to go in the description of the video on YouTube, and there will be a link there to do that. The submissions were reopened recently. So if it's been a while since you submitted a track, you can basically go on there and submit another one. The best way to know about that is click on the link to submit the track, and if you have the full sheet there to submit it, then you can submit a new track. If you just have a page that says you've already submitted something, you can edit your submission, then yeah, then you've already submitted a track and you can't submit another one. So yeah, the link is in the description. Obviously, all the track links for what we're playing are in the description as well. The Sand King, so forgotten about. Bruffy can't tell it from a contender. That's what it was. It was a Sand King, of course. Do you know when it pulled in? Oh, what a scumbag! When it pulled in, I saw that it was a Sand King, and then I think it was Evil in the chat said it was a contender, and then that got me to thinking it was a contender. See, I so forgotten about. The Sand King was so forgotten about. So that was a good one, a good vehicle for the meetup. But yeah, all the links for all these races are in the description. Speaking of description, look at the description of this race of In the Butthole. But yeah, the links for the races are in the description of the YouTube video, and they are in the order in which we play them during the playlist. Also, there is something that I will explain regarding when people are seeing this on YouTube and the fact that it's delayed. But Wally Pinkerton with the 11 months in a row, button pushed indeed. Thank you so much for the 11-month subscription, man. When it comes to subscriptions and donations and things like that, as always, I'll read them during races. Alright, so Blazer Aqua race. First special race that we've ever done as part of these content creator live streams. The very first one. And I hope, I'm expecting good things from these special vehicle races. Certainly when it comes to those created by the community, because they'll probably be a hell of a lot better than what was created by Rockstar. I took the feedback of what people said regarding... Wait, what? Oh. Oh, okay, we just smashed them down. Okay, that confused me. When people, I was putting in the last week of this, I said, should I always go off at the start, or should I wait for people? Most people said they prefer it when I go off at the start, because then I'm focusing more on track than, you know, getting involved in incidents in the race and things like that. But then there was a few good suggestions where people said that, you know, you could go off at the start and then perhaps go through the pit lane, or wait after one lap or something and go mid-pack after all the carnage may have happened in the first corner or something like that. So I think that's a good idea. We'll go off at the start and then wait and get into the pack so we can do a little bit of racing with people. But yeah, I mean this is in a good location, more so than anything else. You know, the Blazer Aqua's on the beach. Okay, well, I'll take this opportunity of me crashing to wait a little bit. I'll go to about 10th or something. Also, some of us actually like to see you win. I don't know what. Most people don't, I'm sure. Alright, so we've gone to about 10th. I think this works. We've had sort of one lap of going off. You get an idea of the track just with nobody on it, and then we can do a little bit of racing. And we've missed out on all the first corner carnage that might have happened. So, our first special vehicle race ever. I think I set one too many laps on this, by the way. I think I set 5 laps and I should have set 4. But this is already miles better than Rockstar Blazer Aqua races. I mean, that is true. I'll give you that one. Already, this is much better than oh, pedestrian. This is already much better than Rockstar. Oh, god damn it. This is already much better than Rockstar races. This is true. Oh, that's a bit interesting how the track is being used like that. So we have barriers marking out the point on sea as well. That's pretty cool. We got some boosts, we got some jumps. We're mixing it in, going on the beach, then on the water, then on the beach again, and then on the water. And it's not trying to do too much. Like, I feel like the Rockstar races were, I mean, they were boring from one. Let's do a jump, because why not? They were boring from one aspect because they were basically just big, long stunt races that were absolutely no challenge in a Blazer Aqua, because it was just a lot of long straights. And then the sea parts were just normal sea parts. But this actually has a bit of, and we got these stunt pieces that are hazardous. We've got actual turns in a Blazer Aqua stunt race, both on sea and on land. Yeah, this is fun. This is actually a bit more involved than this is a fun Blazer Aqua race. It's a good introduction to special vehicle races, and the kind of thing that I would like to see from special vehicle races, those that are submitted. Makes me want to go to the beach. Yeah, indeed. Yeah, it's a fun one. Good theme. It fits in with the theme well. Good location. Lots going on. Yeah, it's good. This is good. I enjoy. I think. Yeah, for this is a very good special vehicle race. Oh, is that what it is? The blimp prop used as a submarine. I saw the blimp prop, and I was thinking, what does that signify? Like, why is there a blimp in the randomly in the ocean? But yeah, that's a good point. It's a submarine. I like that as well. Yeah, it's a good one. Good one. This. the first special vehicle race that we've had on these streams, and it's a good start. As always, the links for these, like I said at the start, are in the description if you want to add them to your own game and play them. Goes for all the tracks, and I'll take, because this is going to end up being a little bit longer than it should have been, because I put too many laps, but I'll take this this opportunity to talk a little bit about, damn it, the format for this, because those who are watching this on YouTube are watching this about, you're watching this live stream about a month after it's actually happened. So the date today is the 24th of May. So those who are actually here watching the live streams on Twitch are getting a significant early viewpoint of what's going on. But yeah, those who are watching this on YouTube, you're seeing it a little bit late because these are not getting uploaded this Thursday, no, Dimitri. I mentioned in the previous video that they're changing to getting uploaded on Sundays, but also I'm going to Sweden in about 3 weeks' time, and I'm going there for about a month. So I'm having to sort of work out now the best way to go about doing things. And on YouTube, what's going to happen is there's going to be 3 best of videos over the next few weeks, showcasing what I think are the best tracks that we've seen from weeks 1 to weeks 28 in these content creator live streams. And we're going to do that every so often, maybe in week 56 I'll be doing another set of best of videos, and just my personal preferences, sort of. I'll explain it all in the videos, but I guess for those who are watching this on YouTube, you've already seen those videos. But yeah, and I'm going to be continually doing these streams, these content creator live streams on Twitch, and then uploading them to YouTube whilst I'm in Sweden. So, you know, we're always going to have the live streams going up on YouTube, even though I won't, because when I'm in Sweden I won't actually be able to post the live streams, the content creator live streams at least. I'll be doing normal live streams, but you know, doing the different platforms and things like that's a lot more difficult. So yeah, it's basically because of that. So there won't be a break in the live stream videos, essentially, or the content creator videos at least. He's conversing fourth dimensionally. I am indeed conversing fourth dimensionally. Oh, you actually go back. Oh, of course, you go different directions through here. Yeah, I definitely set 1 too many laps on this. Really, I set 2 too many laps there. It should have only been 3 laps, but never mind. We'll just have a long race in the first one. But yeah, that's how it's going to go. Those who are watching this on YouTube, it pretty much doesn't make a difference, but I figured I would explain it. And if you want to watch these live, if you're watching this on YouTube, it is going to be sort of 4 weeks or something after this one goes up. But yeah, I'm doing my best now to prepare myself and prepare videos so that the effect of me being in Sweden is minimized, essentially. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing the best of videos. They're obviously just going to be normal sort of pre-recorded videos, not live stream or anything like that. But just I'm looking forward to going back through the live streams and picking out which I think are my personal favourite races. Oh, that was close. And then just deciding. I guess it's kind of like a mini Bruffy verified. Those videos will be kind of the races that I would have considered verifying in the old guys, but they will have all come from the content creator live streams. Damn it, I really want this 5th place. I've held this 5th place for a while and just keep messing with it. Just like there. Oh no! God damn it. Oh, I've done it again. Oh my god, 5th place is gone. 5th place is gone. Why did I put an extra lap on this? Oh my, is this for real? I've gotten through these so many times. Oh my god, this is insane. We were battling for 5th place. I was in 5th place. Oh my god. I was in 5th place for so long. Classic Buffy choke. God damn it. Yes. That lean forward strat. Giving me the extra top speed. God damn it. I thought you were going to wait on the first lap, not on the last lap. Damn it! Yeah, that did not go well. Good track though. I enjoyed it. Really good Blazer Aqua track. I don't know whether I left customs on or whether it was allowed. Customs were allowed. Or just automatically off by default. I can't remember, but yeah. Really nice special vehicle track. Customs were off. Okay, good. Pineapple with a 5 bits. This is the best Blazer race I've seen. Not that I've seen many outside of Rockstar Creations, but from what I can see, it's like one, but 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's what... and then Pineapple with another 5 bits. A month on from now, hello future self. Don't eat those cookies on the table. I mean, it would... yeah, that was a good Blazer Aqua race. Certainly a lot better than any of the Blazer Aqua races that I've seen. Kind of the sort of thing that I was expecting to see, what I would like to see from special vehicle races. Utilizing the vehicle as well, but more like a proper race that does take a little bit of skill. A Bruffy stream, just what I need after a long depressing day. Well, welcome, and hopefully we can cheer you up.
Oh, what a scumbag!
I fought with the 3 months in a row. 3 good months. Thank you so much, man. Okay, let's do 4 laps. We'll do sports. The first track was definitely too long. I always tried to do 10 miles for every track. Actually, let's do sports classics. I always try to do 10 miles for every track on these content creator streams. When we do the Patreon streams, I normally do, I think it's 15 miles for that. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, the Patreon streams are after these content creator streams, basically every Wednesday, where we do people who support me on Patreon can get their tracks played every week or once a month. But yeah, the Patreon races I normally do a little bit longer, just to make, because the content creator stuff I do want to keep it within an hour and a half for the live streams. But yeah, the first track, I think I did set it to just a little bit over 10 miles, but then I didn't take into account the fact that we're going to be in Blazer Aquas and going a lot slower than what you would do 10 miles if you were doing 10 miles in, say, a Turismo Classic or a supercar or a sports car. So, yeah. First track was a little bit too long. I apologise. But now we're going on to the next 6 of them. We do 7 tracks every single week. Thank you, Blyford, for the 3 month. subscription. Oh, that looks interesting. Okay. That's a hell of a late and unnecessary defensive maneuver. Even when you go off at the start, you can't avoid crashes if someone crashes in front of you. It is quite tight and technical straight away, but as always, I'll wait and give my thoughts about these races on the second lap onwards. Oh, okay, we're going this way. So it's a circuit around the docks. Haven't seen too many of these since the new creator was released. I wonder if there's a pit lane that I can go through to put into practice. People's ideas from the comments where I can go through the pit lane. I don't think there is actually. Doesn't look like there's a pit lane. Oh, there is a pit lane. Here it is. Okay, good idea. Okay, so Okay, so I went through the pit lane and I only ended up losing 2 positions. Let's lose up a few more. Okay, that was good. Top 5. We'll have a little top 5 battle. I feel like I was hoping and expecting that there would be another slowdown zone at the end of the pit lane there, but it didn't happen. I feel like another slowdown zone at the end could be handy, but that pit lane exit was a little bit... Maybe there's no other way that you can make it exit, no better place, but it was a little bit... I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for. Not ideal, is what I'll say. I knew I'd messed that up so badly. Just the whole thing was wrong. So the track, I mean, it seems pretty good. There are some very tight sections at the very start. Well, I mean, there's very tight sections all over the place, really, because that's just the nature of the track, but yeah, where else do you have an exit to the pit lane? It's a very abrupt exit that just shoots straight out into the traffic. That's the slight issue with the pit lane. I like how it winds around. The track winds around different, well, it winds around itself, I guess. This is the more tighter technical section. But I guess once you know about it, then you know about it. I just think it is a tricky section. I don't like the bowling balls. It's the only thing I don't like. Those are kind of off the racing line, so they're not too bad. Oh, I see the image that was gone for there with the bowling balls. and the bowling pin right in the middle of them. I see what's going on there. Yeah, the bridge is nice actually. Good point. Oh, damn it! Chicane works nicely there. But, you know, that's my personal thing, that I don't like the bowling balls. But it's obviously an aesthetic choice by the creator. I'm not going to go against that if that's what he wants. It's a refreshing route, I've got to say that. It is a very refreshing route for a dock circuit. Most dock circuits feel very much the same. They all feel very samey. This one certainly feels different. You've got some new sections extended by the stunt prop pieces, which again is the sort of thing that you really need to stand out these days, which I always mention. Yeah, it feels nice, it feels fresh. Cool bridge. You go over and under and whatnot. And it is still a dock circuit. So you still have that same feel of, it's very flowy dock circuits in general. I feel like there's not an awful lot to them in terms of hard braking zones or things like that. You know, the corners like this, for example, where you just lift off the accelerator a little bit. But this one makes it adds more to the docks. It does add some hairpins, some more tighter corners, things like that. Yeah, I like it. It's nice. It's a fresh dock circuit. Okay, we got 5th place in this track, on this track at least, in the second race. Yeah, fresh and innovative, and just nice. Just a nice track, that. Top 5 is always possible. That's the top 5 that I should have had in the last race, or I was going for at least. Yeah, I like that track. That's good. It's so fresh for a dockyard circuit. I was trying to think of improvements that I would like to see made. The pit lane is probably the biggest thing. There were a few on the first lap. It was a little bit confusing of where to go because of the checkpoint placement a little bit, but I mean, you know, after a few laps you soon get to grips of what the track itself. I don't personally like the bowling balls. If you know, when you think of a proper racing circuit, they're not really adorned with bowling balls or huge bowling balls around the side of them. But it is, you know, the Red Bull ring has a big bull in the middle of it, or in front of it, or whatever. So you know, who am I to say what? I think that's one of the better dockyard circuits. I think it's difficult to have very clean racing on a dockyard circuit because it is very tight and technical, and that's just the nature of it. But the bowling balls are a nice decoration. Okay, well, fair enough. If you, I mean, some people like them, some people don't. Obviously, like I said, it was just it. I personally don't like them from just an aesthetic standpoint, but that makes no difference to the quality of the circuit itself. So it's all just a personal preference. Yeah, I think dock circuits are definitely more suited to this, smaller cars. Like compacts would really be good on that circuit, I think. I agree with the tight sections and the hairpins and stuff. Okay, let's do 5 laps of this one, and we'll do. Let's do compacts on this one, I think. Would you move the start finish line somewhere? It's on non-contact. Should I do it on non-contact or contact? It does say indoors. Yes, compact would probably be the best.
Oh, what a scumbag!
Master Ferry with the 18 months in a row. Sorry that I'm late. Don't worry about it, man. Thank you so much for the 18 months. Okay, we're putting contact on because we've got compacts. If it was not compacts, I probably wouldn't have done contact. That's how we're going to go with this. Thank you, Masfer, for the 18-month subscription, man. Yeah, a dislike for the star at the start of the name. So for anybody who... I mean, it looks ridiculous to me, but obviously anybody who doesn't know, people start putting stars and hashtags and things like that in front of tracks names to get them higher up in the list. Obviously the lists are all sorted alphabetically on bookmark tracks and things like that. Slipstream. Was Slipstream on? Oh my god. Oh, I'm so dumb. Oh, I didn't realise I left Slipstream on. Damn it. Oh, that guy Kenny, that's good. Hope you're better soon, man. I can't believe I left Slipstream on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He really just driven off. So yeah, people. Well, if you're gonna curb boost all over the place and smash into the side of me, then I have no sympathy. Okay, so my bad for allowing Slipstream. No doubt about that. I can only apologise. So this is an indoor circuit. It's kind of a themed circuit, obviously with everything being indoors. There's a big roof over the top of all this, so interesting circuit. But yeah, the people put stars and hashtags in front of their names, in front of their track names to get them higher in bookmark lists and things like that. And I think it just looks absolutely ridiculous. So points off for that, to be honest. And when you sort of, I think we've got 2 of them tonight. This one obviously has the star, and then we've got one that has a hashtag as well. If you actually look in the description, I've left them in just to show people how ridiculous it looks when the names are all put down like that. So if you look in the description of the YouTube video, you'll see all the track names and then the links for the tracks. And those tracks that have those little markers in front of them, they just look stupid. If your track isn't good enough to be played on its own with people finding it without it being high up in search results, high up in the lists, then the track, you got to question whether the track's good enough on its own. But that's all I'll say about that. And that obviously goes for the other track that we've got tonight with the hashtag thing. I just don't like it. So, I mean, I should never have had Slipstream on. I think we can all agree with that. But we are dealing with it as best we can. Hasn't been too bad. I think this does work in. Damn it! Am I stuck? He didn't really need to wait there. That was my fault. This does work in compacts for contact racing, but I wouldn't.
Oh, what a scumbag!
I definitely wouldn't have anything faster than compacts on this, or anything bigger than compacts in a contact format, and that's why it is set to non-contact by default. So it is a themed circuit. I think the checkpoints could do with a bit of work. I mean, it encourages. There's so much corner cutting that you can do, which is something that is, I guess, a problem with these completely stunt created tracks. I mean, there's not a lot you can. Well, the thing that you can do with it is having better checkpoint placement. Damn it! But I guess it doesn't matter too much. If anything, it's a bad thing in compacts because it unsettles the car, certainly in Briossos. But yeah, I can imagine in supercars, for example, you can just cut across so many of these corners. It would be insane. You know, outside of the track limits, which is the kind of thing that this is why I generally don't like tracks that are all stunt props, because yeah, there's no limit for where you can go. You just cut across all the corners. But you know, it is a themed circuit, so you can overlook these sorts of things a little bit more in that respect. It's got a theme. It's an indoor arena style circuit, and it does that theme well. It's a nice creation. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Very nicely created. You can tell a lot of effort has gone into making the track itself.
Oh,
I definitely agree with the creator putting non-contact on by default, because most people aren't going to race compact. But yeah, it's a themed circuit. It's a bit of fun. I like that you can, you know, it winds around itself so you can see all the other cars and things like that. That's always nice in these shorter circuits. I wish I hadn't left Slipstream on. Yeah, it's a bit of fun. Bit of fun, different theme. Nicely created.
Oh, what a scumbag!
I'm done. I feel like I was deserving of some space there. That's some good racing though. I think it does work in compacts. I mean, it hasn't been too badly with Slipstream on. So if it, are you serious? Is he not letting me back through for that? If a track works for racing with Slipstream on, then I think it hasn't done too badly, to be honest. Because normally putting Slipstream on makes a track terrible. Oh no! Oh, I lost it right at the end. Damn it. Yeah, it's a nice track. It's a fun track. It works for the theme. Jaeger with the 6 months. Been away finishing my first year at uni. F this new chair. But at least the old chair lives on in emote form. It does indeed. It does indeed. Thank you, Jaeger, for the 6 months in a row. Eco Razor with the 5 months in a row. Oh my, 5 months is quite a time. Thanks for inspiring me to make tracks and such, and supplying entertainment. Well, that's good to know. I'm glad I've inspired you to do that.
Oh, what a scumbag!
Thank you for the 5 months in a row, Eco. And Jimmy89 with the 17 months in a row. Thank you so much for the 17-month resub. Whoop whoop, indeed. GG Flaming. We had a decent little race, despite the slipstream. Worked well. Yeah, and I think that would. I mean, that works. That works a lot better in non-contact, obviously. But I think without slipstream, that works nicely with contact and compact as well. So yeah, nice creation overall. And the slipstream was my fault, so corners were a bit bland. Yeah, but I mean, what can you really do in that sort of thing? What else would you know? There's a certain limitation of what sort of thing that you can do. Let's do on a track like that. Let's do 7 laps, I think. Rally cars for this one, please. Everybody in the lobby. Rally cars only. That is the Karuma, the Omnis, the Sterling GT, the Sultan, the Tropos, or the Armoured Karuma if you don't have anything else.
Oh, what a scumbag!
Drewbird with the 18 months in a row. Thank you so much, man. Thank you, Drewbird. 18 months in a row. Good stuff. Yeah, I saw people... non-contact, that's a good idea. Thank you. My bad. I didn't even think. I thought when I actually put the track into the list, I thought, oh yeah, we'll do that one on non-contact, and then I realised. Omnis. So, Rallycross track. Yeah, I don't like those weird views. You know, where you know, like the view there initially you couldn't see your car because there was a block in the way. Like, I don't like that, and I don't like it when cars are meshed into various different poles and things. I'm not a fan of that at all. You should just be able to see your car. It's not difficult. Okay, there's definitely people who know this track very well already. So we'll imagine that we're not going to be winning these races. We'll do the Joker lap because it is important. A good Joker lap on Rallycross tracks. For those who don't know, Rallycross is sort of short form circuits, sort of minute long circuits that are in some way. Some parts of it on regular roads, some parts of it off-road, different surfaces. There's a joker lap, so in an event style, proper rallycross race, you would have maybe 4 to 6 people on a contact format. You would do a joker lap. Everyone would have to do the joker lap once, basically. And it brings in some tactics, because the joker lap is a longer lap. I'll do the joker lap on this one. I'm assuming the joker is straight ahead here. Nice long joker lap, actually. Nobody else is going to do the joker lap in this, obviously. I'm the only one who's doing it because I like that joker lap, actually. Quite a long one. That would make events on a track like this quite entertaining. Good prop usage. That bump is interesting. We've got a rallycross track around the dirt track, but we're not actually using. Are we actually using any of the dirt track? I know that in the description for this race, it was sort of big about the fact that it's going around the dirt track for the first time, because the dirt track isn't really the motocross track isn't really a good place where you can have rallycross races. It's too bumpy and whatnot. I guess we're going around the track. It'd be good if there were like a little bit of it that was inside the track itself. Oh, hello. Issues. There's a motocross track. These dirt roads aren't actually fully dirt. There's kind of like an intermediary where it's a little bit of tarmac and a little bit of dirt as well. I'd actually like to see a bit more proper off-road section. Having said that, yeah, there is a proper off-road bit here. What I was going to say was, having said that, thinking about it, I probably wouldn't change this. Oh, you can go right before the barn. Is there another? Is there a pit lane as well as a joker lap? Am I missing something? Yeah, I don't think I would really want this to be changed. This is really, really nice for a rallycross track. This works great. I mean left. God damn it! The other right. Looks like another. Well, you wouldn't have 2 joker laps on a rallycross track. So if there is another different section, it would be a pit lane rather than a joker lap. You don't have 2 joker laps on a rallycross track. But I think that's not a route. There's no other route that way. Wait, maybe there is. Because there was a sign there as well. Just confusing. Let's try it out. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. secondary joke. I really like this track though, I've got to say. This is a lot of fun. Really, really nice rallycross track. It's got some high-speed flowy sections. It's got some tight, overtakey sections. I like the Joker lap if that is the Joker lap, but that could be the pit lane, with it being all decked out in the tyre and whatnot. The Joker lap could be to the left here. Yeah, there is a checkpoint. But this is... I mean, I don't like that at all. Because you're almost going back into traffic. That has to be... I don't understand that. I don't understand that little bit. That route, that secondary route. Because whether it's a pit lane or a Joker lap, the entry back into traffic is horrible. I love the first Joker lap that we did. Joker lap route. But that one... No. Especially when you think that, you know, the idea with a rallycross track is that you're going to be using it in a format where a rallycross circuit, you would be sort of in close proximity with 3 or 4 other people, and you take your Joker lap at different times and different parts of the circuit, and then they might take it the lap after, and it's obviously a very tight, you know, you might end up coming back out at the same time. So I really like the other Joker lap because you do come out at a higher rate of speed, and it's a much better transition into the flow of traffic, but I really don't get that second one. But apart from that, really, really nice track. Really nice track. But I don't know what the intention of that secondary line is, to be honest. So... more of a T-junction at the end of the second Joker lap, that's true. I missed a resub earlier. My apologies. Paladin with the 3 months. Apparently I can't get rid of this stupid dirty Snoopy. White Snoopy or Riot. It's not dirty. It's just, it's a bronze Snoopy. Alright? Just... Thank you, Paladin, for the 3 months. You'll get a silver Snoopy at 6 months. Yeah, really nice rallycross track, that one, and about the right length as well. I often see rallycross tracks in these streams that are too long, but yeah, good stuff. Coin Dog with 100 bits. Bruffy likes quite a long one, confirmed. God damn it, Coin Dog. Here's the hashtag. Hate hashtags. Yeah, let's do a muscle. I can understand people are starting to put like tags. So obviously we've got
what a
here
scumbag.
It's created by Whitey White, so it's WW in front of it. People are starting to put little tags in front of their jobs so you can easily find their tracks. I still don't like that, but I can understand it. But when it actually comes to putting a hashtag or a star or something like that, just hashtag dislike indeed. Indeed, host. Where are we at? Coin Dog. I read Coin Dog's Turbo Sab with 23 bits. Sweden by summer is awesome. Going myself in June. Yeah, it's nice. I mean, I was there last year, obviously, but don't feature hashtag tracks. Hashtag star notice me. Yeah, I mean, that's what it is. Hashtag and... oh, yeah. Yes, Cameron, we know that the hashtag makes it go to the front of the bookmark list. We've been over this. That's why people do it, and that's why I don't like it. Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe we should just not play hashtag tracks or any tracks there where people are trying to get them higher in the lists or something. Maybe we should do that. Centoya Ribbon with a 23 months in a row. Thank you so much for the 23 months. I appreciate it so much. That's 1 month away from the orange Snoopy. Some glitched props there with the alien things, the UFOs, alien things. All the way around the outside. Okay. So it's an interesting route. We've been side by side for so long. This is so good. And then it all ends. So I'm going to put this down to be more of a fun track than meant to be a serious racing circuit in particular, because I mean, serious racing circuit wise, it leaves a lot to be desired. And it's got like, oh, that's awful, all sorts of glitched props and things like that, so it's kind of, it's like showcasing glitched props and you know, weird ways of creating the track, so it looks a bit strange. It is an interesting layout, I will say that. It is a good layout. It's something a bit different. Got a few sort of glitched hacked props which make the visuals certainly interesting, like this. I will mention that the fact that there's lots of poles. But you know, as a sort of fun casual playlist race, this is quite good. Fun visuals, fun props in general, but not really a proper racing circuit in my eyes. Smashy, smashy. feel like I had the inside there though. He should have backed out of that one. It was well up the inside. I would have at least waited so we could resume the battle if I would got taken out like that. I wouldn't have just drove off. But hey. It was a good overtake, I thought, up until that point. Yeah, I would say this, like, in terms of the new themes that we have going on, with the submission, with the new submission themes that you can have, I think this would go under sort of casual playlist race or themed race. Theme being sort of glitches and whatnot. Fun circuit. It's an interesting layout. It's a nice layout. All the glitches and things. Yeah, it's a bit of fun.
Oh, what a scumbag!
But given that this has the hashtag as well, I feel like this is one of those tracks that is sort of going for that attention of, we got glitchy stuff, we got we everybody has to play it because it's got glitchy things. As a sort of high level track for high level racing, it's not really up there with all the polls and things like that we've been over so many times in these streams. But yeah, it was a fun track. Fun track to see, at least. Kid 4 with the 2-month subscription in a row. Thank you so much, man. Are those cones dynamic? Never hit one. If you're not gonna keep racing, you will just be kicked. We've got 30 players in here in this lobby. Like, if you're gonna pull off and not race, someone else will happily take your place. For life, Bruffy is second, indeed. Second for life, as always. Hashtag MM with the $1. Hashtag rambling. Hashtag against Poland. Hashtag love glitches. Hashtag stop the hashtags. Hashtag smashy smashy. Hashtag brown is the not bronze. Hashtag Bruffy Kappa. Oh man. No, I didn't say that Boxman should have waited on that. I didn't actually say that he should have waited. I said that if it was me, I would have waited because it was one of those. I mean, I was way up the inside. We were going around the corner. Really, he should have backed out of that one because I had the line. I'd taken the line away from him. But you know, it was just one of those situations. But if someone had done that to me, I probably would have waited to continue the battle. But he didn't have to, of course, because I made the move, so I made the mistake and caused the crash. Let's do supers for this one. It says non-contact recommended for supers, but let's see how it goes. If you can do sports with contact, then you can do supers with contact, surely. Only for the fastest legends, indeed. Thank you, hashtag MM with the $1 donation earlier, and Master Ferret with the $1. Watch this after the playlist, GTA being GTA. Okay. If I remember. I didn't think it was a dive bomb, my overtake in the last race. Let's go for the Nero custom, why not? I thought I was well in the well up there by the time the actual crash happened. We were still traversing around the corner. Side by side. Anyway, we're talking about the tracks, not the racing. People can decide. People can look back on the YouTube video when this goes up live on YouTube, and decide in the comments. I'm always open to being wrong in such situations. After all, I don't really care in these stream races. Wow, explosions. Explosions from crashes. Yes, the first corner issues have happened already. Did I force him onto the rock there? Anyway, I'm going to go through the pit lane regardless, so... Proper racing circuit and there's explosions. Well, yeah, that's a point as well. If there is a pit lane, that is. There might not be a pit lane. But that's my plan. Oh yeah, there is a pit lane. I can see the... Uh-oh, it's great. Oh, I missed it. Of course I missed it. I feel like this is what you could standardize as like a hot lappers track. It's quite sort of fast and flowing. Alright, let me pull off and sort of go down the order a little bit. Yeah, there was a gas tank on the racing line. I mean, okay, I'm gonna say it straight away that okay, that works. I'm gonna say it straight away that I don't think this works as a proper racing circuit for contact racing. In an event style, like I said, proper race type high level event race. It's very fast and very flowy, which is fine to create a track like that, but it doesn't lend those kind of tracks. You see them quite often. Those kind of tracks, they don't really lend themselves well to to contact racing. The reason being that there's no sort of heavy braking zones. I mean, obviously, yeah, there are a few, I suppose, around this part of the track. But like, you know, you need tracks that have heavy braking zones, that have slow parts and fast parts, a mix of various different things to allow people to then use those different parts of the track to line up overtakes and race side by side and defend and overtake and things like that. So that's why I made my initial comment that I feel like this is more of a hot lappers track, where it's one of those things that is fun to drive on because it's fast and things like that. Fast and flowy. And always going for lap times and all that kind of stuff. It works in that respect. Some of the prop choices are a bit suspect. There's some really nice bits. There's some bits that are really, really nicely done. And then there's other bits that are... I don't understand. Like the gas tank at the start. That makes no sense to me. I'm obviously not going in the pit lane anymore. I've already pulled off to the side after the first lap, so... I don't know. I don't know what to make of this track. It's kind of growing on me, the layout. But I also kind of feel like the props could do with some work. Would that be a fair assessment, do you think? Chat? I don't know. It's fun to drive. I'm finding that I'm enjoying just driving it. It's a challenge. I don't know, man. I am definitely... I'm torn. I am torn with this one. Yeah, I think ultimately that is a non-contact track. It's a nice track, it's a fun track, but it's a non-contact track. I think that's how I'm gonna finalize my thoughts on it. I don't think it lends itself to good contact racing, but it's a fun track to drive around. I think that's how we're gonna go. That's what I'll say. Dead in a penetrator indeed. Good job. It's for hot lapping. It's a hot lapping track. I think that's what we've come to. Good to drive on, but bad to race on. Yeah, I think that works. Is it possible to submit non-contact hot lapping tracks for the content creator stream? Didn't see a fitting category for that. I mean, that would probably fit into the new casual playlist race category, I think. I think that's what that would fit into. Because you know, if you're just in a playlist of races, you can set non-contact to a track that is meant to have non-contact. I think the sort of top level track, the proper racing circuit that's suitable for events, is the kind of thing that needs to be suitable for every single situation, especially high level, you know, contact racing. But the one below that, where it's proper racing circuit but just a regular racing circuit for, you know, chilled out playlists and things like that, that can go towards more chilled out tracks, like the other one as well, where they had all the glitched things and stuff like that. That's, you know, a casual track, and a track that's specifically for hot lapping is more of a playlist oriented track. They're welcome in the stream, yeah. Great to drive on, but suboptimal to race on. Yes, so they're fine to, you know, we accept all. We accept all types of tracks. This is a dual circuit. We'll do. Let's do 4 laps with regular spots. All types of tracks are fine to submit. Just depends what we play. Last track. Wow, that went quickly. I didn't even realise. Let's choose something different. I'm going to choose the best here. I submitted a track 3 months ago and it hasn't been raced yet. Since the submission form has been reset, should I submit it again? Alright, so the way that this goes is when you submit a track, there's no way to know whether it was ranked highly enough to eventually be included in a track. Even if it has, it might take months before I choose it, you know, just randomly. And there's also no guarantee or no way to know whether it wasn't good enough to be ranked highly to be included in the first place. So you can either resubmit the same track or you can submit another track. It's entirely up to you. It's just a thing that you're gonna have to decide, but there's no way to really know whether it eventually will be submitted or anything like that. So we got a dual circuit, and this is a bit of a longer dual circuit. I've just realised I'm glad I put 4 laps, because I'm almost certain that this was a you needed to set an even number of laps on this, because it is a dual circuit. But oh, issues. You can see all those guys on the other side. Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of a different track actually. It doesn't seem like you do need an even number of laps on this one. I think 1 lap is both sides. Because we basically just passed the start finish line just then, but on the opposite side. You know, you guys know how dual circuits work. I like them. I like dual circuits when they're done well. They're an added dimension to the racing. Alright, so there's 1 lap done, and we're back. Obviously so we're in 4th place overall, well 5th now. 3 people are ahead of me on my side of the track, one person is ahead of me on the other side of the track. Oh, okay, that's confusing. This is how dual circuits work. Interesting that we've got a okay, that was interesting. Interesting that we've got a dual circuit in the city. That's not something that we've really seen before, from what I can recall. It's basically like a normal city circuit, but it's a dual circuit. There's people on the other side. That's not fully representative of where we actually are in the race, because each side has a different length. It seems relatively well created from a creation standpoint. No major issues with cropping, I think. Lampposts covered. Yeah, checkpoints. Something I just noticed. There are a few checkpoint issues. Alright, so we dropped to 9th. 10th. So with the checkpoints, there's a few too many checkpoints. In some places. Not everywhere, but I always said, I've said this so many times during these content creator streams, that you want your next checkpoint to be visible from the previous checkpoint, but to be as far away from that next previous checkpoint as possible. Oh, God. See, that one is not needed that we've just gone through. You don't need checkpoints in the middle of two checkpoints. If you can remove a checkpoint between two checkpoints and still be able to see the second checkpoint from the first checkpoint, then you didn't need that middle checkpoint. So that's the problem that we've got. That apex could be a little bit smoother as well, now that I've hit it. And checkpoints should also be on the apex of corners, ideally. That checkpoint's not needed. This one isn't needed. This one isn't needed. And this one isn't needed. There are 4 checkpoints in a row that can be taken away, and it would make the experience a lot better, because you'd have a more clear view of what's going on. And there's a few on this start-finish straight that aren't needed as well, and in a few other sections. Ugh. Propping is pretty decently done though. The problem with single lap dual circuits is keeping the primary and secondary checkpoints balanced. Yeah, fair point actually. I imagine that would be a lot easier to do if you didn't have all the checkpoints that we have on this track in the middle of the way. But yeah, fair point actually. I think it's a good, you know, when you've got two on a dual circuit, this could be a lot smoother as well actually. It's a little bit rough around the edges, the track, I think. That you know, there's a few sections that could be a little bit smoother, the propping done a little slightly better, but I think the propping is better than the checkpoints, but the checkpoints definitely need some work. Things made a little bit smoother on transitions and stuff, but in general it's a nice track and it works as a good dual circuit. But then again, what would be all the difference if this wasn't a dual circuit? I feel like it's too long to really work as a proper dual circuit. I feel like circuits with secondary and primary checkpoints where you're going on different sides of the track, they work better when they're shorter. Like, the reason that you have it is to make a sort of a shorter track be more manageable, because you've got a separation. You're not having 30 players. Yeah, that could be smoothed out a little bit as well. And by looking back, I crashed. Why does this need to be a dual circuit? Because it's so long that it would suit 30 players anyway, and you would have pretty much the same racing experience just as a normal track on its own. I don't know, normally I like dual circuits, but that one is missing the mark a little bit, I think. And yeah, the checkpoint thing, I agree with what was said in the chat. You are better off with a dual circuit of having just making sure that people do even numbers of laps, and then not doing double checkpoints, because it does make it more difficult placing or making sure the checkpoints are the same. But yeah, that one, I think that one has potential, but it's too long and it's a bit rough around the edges, and the checkpoints are a bit of an issue. Personally, that doesn't really need to be a dual circuit. It doesn't set itself apart in that respect. It's just an added feature. It doesn't really play into it as much. But yeah, that's I mean, it was still an not too bad of a track. Pineapple J with 101 bits. Bye YouTube. Hello future self. Wow, you put on some weight, haven't you? God damn it. So yeah, some not too bad tracks during that one, and like I said, all of the links for these tracks are always in the description down below.
What a scumbag!
And yeah, that'll about do it for the YouTube content creator part of this live stream.